I recommend creating a playlist of any specific songs you really like them to play. Often groups know popular songs or are willing to make arrangements to accommodate your taste, so don't be afraid to ask. Craft out your playlist too. You get to be the mastermind of your own day. Create a playlist for getting ready with your besties to alleviate any pre-wedding nerves. Or create a playlist of happy music to play while guests are arriving. By making your own playlist, you not only avoid having to deal with any sort of do not play song, but you also get to personalize your entire day. You may have music rentals. Find out what type of sound system your venue has in place. Even if you don't understand all the jargon, it will be helpful to communicate that list to your wedding DJ or the person in charge of running the sound. If you are doing it yourself route, especially for outdoor celebrations, it might mean renting a PA system with speakers, a microphone, and equipment to amplify your sound. This is also you got to, especially important for any locations that are off the grid. So please consider electricity and cell reception too, because that's very, very important also. I got a surprise. This one's completely up to you, but as a bride who loves music and who got to play bass in my own, got to play bass in your own wedding band, I recommend making sure there's a musical moment that's just for you. Add a ridiculous song that doesn't make sense on your playlist, but that you know everybody will smile. Maybe it's a favorite from your childhood, or maybe it's a song for your partner that you slipped in without them knowing. In a moment like that, just the two of you get to enjoy the feelings, and that's completely priceless. And those are my free wedding planning tips for your musical moments of your special day. You are listening to Weddings, Music, and Wine with New, live streaming right now on Spreaker.com. Available later on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, JioSaven, and Google Podcasts. Sponsored in part by The Den, E-N-T, because you can find everything you need in The Den. All right, next cocktail song of the day is Keeping It International, because I want to give a shout out to Mexico, yay. Glad you guys are all listening to this. Gracias. Tuning in for some fire ass mariachi. So, you know what? Let's go.
Your DJ has only just begun.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is
DJ New.
weddings.
For life. I also vow that you will never feel like you are second best, that you are not wanted or even an afterthought. I vow to encourage you to continue to be the very best that you can be.
I will never fumble your heart. I will always put our marriage first, and I will always try to be the best husband possible for you. It's safe with me. It's
Music. And wine. With new.
This is DJ New, the most interesting DJ in the world.
Boy, that mariachi music, boy, is crazy. Hope y'all like that. Shout out to Mexico with some mariachi music. Cocktail hour instrumental for your next Latin/Spanish themed event. Welcome back to Weddings, Music, and Wine with New. Live streaming on Spreaker.com. Available on all major streaming services, including iHeartRadio, Spotify, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Deezer, JioSaven, and Google Podcasts. Sponsored in part by The Den, ENT, because you can find everything you need in The Den. If you haven't checked into this very entertaining and all the time very educational show for the past 6 episodes, first off, shame on you. And 2, this show talks about the tips of the do's, don'ts, and of planning your wedding day, along with other tidbits about your special time with upcoming special speakers to guide you through your amazing day. Music with original instrumentals for your listening pleasure with guests from the music world, DJs, singers, and more artists coming soon, along with actor extraordinaires also. And last but definitely not least, the wine of the day, a synopsis and background of the wine itself. As I said before, while all alone drinking and having fun throughout the show as I talk with and get educated myself by wine enthusiasts on the show, and also visiting wine vineyards across the land. So start tuning in to New as I give you the business and pleasure of weddings, music, and wine podcast, streaming on Spreaker.com and available on all the major streaming services as well. On to my last top 10 wedding tip of the day. This is number 6, thank you cards / gift cards. Why wedding thank you notes matter in the end of the wedding. While weddings themselves might not be the traditional affairs that once were, wedding thank you notes are timeless, thoughtful, classy, and just as meaningful as ever. At a bare minimum, a wedding thank you acknowledges that you received a gift or kindness and reflects the time and thought that went into giving it with some corresponding effort of its own. That all by itself is important. But at their best, wedding thank you notes can remind a friend or loved one how much they mean to you, and thank you not only for adding to your big day, but for just being part of your life. And that's more than important. It's essential. It's taking good care of the people who mean the most. Also, go beyond the thank you, because you may become bored with the phrase thank you. Like every time you send one, it's thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You might get bored of that. So here are a couple of examples that you might use just in case. We really appreciate it. Brett and I are grateful for. Your wedding gift means so much to us. We're deeply thankful for. You really blessed us by coming to the wedding with your wonderful gift. Wow, the crystal vase you sent is just gorgeous. It really warmed our hearts when we opened the wedding photo book. We were both touched by you being at our wedding. You really outdid yourself. You couldn't have picked a better gift for us. We'll always cherish your presence on our day. These are free wedding planning tips just for you, and that is number 6 thank you notes from my top 10 wedding planning tips for your special day. I have 4 more that I will finish up in the next couple of episodes, so stay tuned in. And also, stay tuned for some big stuff that will be happening with the show also in the very near futures. My next cocktail song genre is a staple of this show, and I just enjoy it every time I'm able to play it. It's all about the funk. Funk is just awesome, and I've listened to it from the 70s when my mom used to put it on, and it just always used to just get me up dancing. I've been dancing since I was a kid, and funk was like always one of my favorite just genres just to listen to. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little bit of funk in your ears. Like I said, talking about the funk. We talking about the funk. Let's go for your instrumental cocktail song of the hour.
Hey, what kind of music?
The only music worth being called music. I'm talking about the funk.